Ahri Ionia Fast 9 is one of the comps that I used in my climb to Challenger. So if any of y'all know about Fast 9 Noxus Draven, this comp works similarly in the fact that it is enabled by having a Ahri opener. Ahri is an extremely strong unit that can really help you streak early game. So this is the level 9 comp. Basically you're just playing around any Sylas with an Ionia core and just throwing in a lot of high quality 5 cost. You might notice that Ahri is not in this board, and that's true because we're only going to be using Ahri as a way to get to this board. I will only really play this comp if you open with an Ahri and strong AP item slams. Especially if you have Go or EXP Ionia, that can really help you with your econ. Although I also won games where I just took a combat Ionia path and still managed to reach 9 anyways. So early game, just level and slam aggressively to keep your tempo, and ideally you want to have a win streak so that you can get more money. Try to take item augments for your first 2 augments as you have a lot of carries you want to itemize. If not, try to take combat, and the third last augment, always try to go for econ augment because you're trying to greed for 9 on stage 4. If I have a strong stage 2 and stage 3, usually I'll sack the whole of stage 4 and just greed for level 9 on stage 5. There's not really a fixed spot with Ahri early game. You just want to play around whatever 2-star units you hit. Like sometimes I hit maybe a 2-star Shen, I can play Bruiser. Sometimes I hit a 2-star Rumble, then I just play Defenders, that kind of thing. But make sure that you always at least have Ionia, Arcanist, and play around an upgraded tank for the early game board. And remember to hold every single Jarvan because you need that fucker to get Sylas. At least for this patch, For items, just slam whatever makes sense. Don't try to greed for Beast for your level 9's 5 cost carries because you need to reach that first. And to reach that first, you need to slam and have a strong streak. I usually slam on stage 2 and 3, but on stage 4, since I'm sacking the whole round, that is when I start greeding for my key items. For Annie, just make sure you have 1 mana item and Void Staff. Void Staff drastically increases her damage as she does damage to every single unit, which means she's shredding every single unit and getting that value from the shred. Ideally, you want 2 mana items on Annie so that she gets the AoE cast immediately. Sylas items are pretty flex. You usually just throw whatever leftover AP items that you slam early game that don't fit on Annie, and he uses them perfectly fine. Then as the game progresses, you can start getting items that fit Sylas more. So Sylas really just needs 3 things. He wants a damage item, Jewel Gauntlet is the best, he wants Omnivam, any of the Omnivam works, and he wants a survivability item such as Edge of Night or QSS. Although usually it's still okay if you build another Omnivam item or another damage item instead of that item. So just remember, Ahri opener, slam for streak, get your Javans, go to 9 on stage 5, any Sylas, you win. Easy. And that's about it. Maybe you can watch the video again so that you properly remember how to play